Much love to everybody out there. It's your boy Dame. Subscribe to the YouTube Dame's World. Now I'm reconnecting. Love, it's your boy Dame. Why are we so fake? That's the topic today. Why are we so fake? And out the gate, when people see this, their cognitive dissonance is gonna come up and they're gonna tell themselves, "Oh, I'm not fake. I'm not fake. I'm real." But we gotta stop taking heed to the words that people say out of their mouths, and we have to start taking notice of the actions that people display with their mind, body, and energy, because the action is the Holy Trinity. The action is indicative of the thought as well as the mind, as well as the body, as well as the spirit. Like when I raise my hand right now, I can think to raise my hand, the hand still won't go up. The hand will never do it on its own volition. So there's a charge forcing the thought, forcing the hand to be raised. So the action is the prime indicator of how we believe in this universe. So when you look at today, while people may make the claims, "Oh, I'm not fake. I'm real. I'm a real one." We got to look at their actions and we got to see, okay, how real are you in action? And this was prefaced by, again, a statement that one of my good friends, Kayla, made. What up to you, Kayla? If you're in here or if you're going to be in here, you're going to see this. I'll send this to your messaging if you don't get it now. But it's the question is, the dilemma is, why do our people, melanated people, African American people, heavily melanated people, why do we like fake shit more than real shit? And for me, I think we have to go back to the history. We have to go back. If we want to know the present, we gotta take a little look in the past. You feel me? We gotta take a little look in the past to see why we're in the conditions in which we're in today. So we know genocide, we know enslavement, we know the marginalization of our people, but to what extent? To what extent? Because you have the physical hindrances, the systems and institutions in play that hold you back. But to me, even worse than that are the institutional practices that fixate the psychology, of melanated people in America, because we've been stripped of our culture, ethnocide, so much so that our mentality is counterintuitive to our own existence. Because prior to these colonial times, you saw our people, ooh, sorry, prior to colonial times, you saw our people move in a different fashion. You saw our people be more catered towards the real. You saw health mechanisms be holistic. You saw a natural way of existing that wasn't nearly as fake as today. You feel me? Our ancestors was tapped into the spectrum so much so that they did math on a divine level. Building the pyramids is something we still can't duplicate today because we don't have the genetic makeup as our ancestors. We weren't as intuitive and we weren't as tapped into our own capacity to align with nature, to use nature to our advantage to the fullest. So it's not like it's not in our history. That's why you see people unlearning and relearning and tapping back into themselves and becoming naturalists or becoming holistic or tapping back into nature, because it was something that was ingrained in us innately. We had an innate predisposition to be naturalists, to use nature to our advantage and to not adhere to synthetic synthetic things. But again, ethnocide, genocide, and mass indoctrination has now shaped the heavily melanated mind to think otherwise. So today, you feel me? Hundreds and hundreds of years later, because now we're the offspring of the indoctrination. The indoctrination has lasted for hundreds and hundreds of years. So you got to think, if the ancestors of the 1600s were stripped of their culture and now have practiced this westernized culture where your native tongue is stripped, your whatever you think about yourself, your capacity to think of yourself as somebody akin to nature is stripped. You're given doctrines, Eurocentric doctrines that might give you a diet that is not conducive to your wellness, not a natural diet. You got more meat based products. And then as the world evolved and as capitalism uh, rose to this new monster of exploitation and mass production, you have foods that are now being stretched for profit. So the milk we drink, the animals we do eat, even the plants in which we eat, they're genetically modified, and they're modified to appease to your taste buds and not your nutrition or vitamin based value. The food you eat is not nutrient dense when you go to the stores, unfortunately. They stepped on. They might tell you the bread has enriched wheat. How can you enrich wheat? It should be stepped on wheat. So you have the ethnocide where our culture is stripped, but then the indoctrination is what we see today, the continuum of the ethnocide. Yeah, some people are tapping back in, some people are taking that journey, some people are asking where they come from, some people are questioning, okay, what are the things that I need to do for my betterment, you know what I'm saying, as a melanated being, because I was taught to drink milk, but I know that I'm lactose intolerant. We got to even look at it from that spectrum. To live in this ass backwards realm is to literally appropriate deaf culture for our people, because we drink milk. We drink soda pop. These imagine a flower being fed soda. The flower, by its innateness, just like us, by our innateness, we'll get the nutrients out of it. We'll get the water out of it. We'll get whatever we could out of it. But because it's poisonous at its core, it's hindering our potential to grow. We're like a flower on limp. We're not the blossoming flower fortified because we don't have the signaling to appropriate our own existence. But the difference between the flower and the man is the flower can't choose to put soda on him to kill itself. The flower is bound by the nature and the environment. So the flower is righteous, principle. Whereas us, we might go through cognition. We might make a decision based on cognition, based on past references. And if you're melanated in America, past references are slave mentality references. So the soul food in which we have today is literally counterintuitive to our own wellness. It is a fake diet. Fake diet. It's called double speak to even call foods that kill you soul food. How can it be soul food if it does not revitalize, replenish, refresh, or energize your energy, your soul? It's the opposite of soul food. It's death food. Excuse me. It's death food. But again, back to the root. Why we do this? Because now we take a positive connotation to things that kill us. Everything that kills us or hinders us, we hold a positive connotation to, because again, ethnocide killed our original traditions of being connected in sync and in tune with nature, and now we appropriate what the white man has put on us. Now, by white man, I don't mean your average neighbor, your average citizen. I know all white people aren't evil and down to get melanated people around the world. I don't mean that. But I mean the quote unquote founding fathers. Founding fathers is a cool way to say the murderers and the rapists and the genocide and the ethnocide appropriators. They couple that with founding fathers, but those people, they put on doctrines literally for you to go against yourself. And at one point it was for the sake of our survival. If you didn't comply, you would die. So we have a mass level of compliance for the sake of survival. Shout out to the ancestors who did whatever they had to do under those constraints, because some people didn't want to comply and they died. So they couldn't move forward with their lineage. But some people did comply, and as a consequence, you have people like myself, people like y'all who exist in this realm because of the survivors. So it's not all for naught. It's just you were given strenuous conditions. So now the process to overcome those strenuous conditions are strenuous, to say the least. But the process has to be had nonetheless. We cannot continue to appropriate this lifestyle in which we live. It's literally a deaf culture. Most people, like, I went to work the other day. And well, every time I step outside, I just observe, I just watch, I just look at the nature of what's going on around me, how society is being ran. I look at how our people are, and nobody drinks water like that. Every time I say water, it's like my unconscious makes me go get a grab. But you go into these stores and like fast food restaurants or restaurants in general, everybody got some type of sugar juice, some type of sugar drink, some type of uh some type of drink that is not 80-90% of them. Because to choose a sugar drink over water is to choose death over life. We go in there, we get the big Arizonas. We go in there, we get the Minute Maids. We go in there and we get the whatever. Give me whatever got the high fructose corn syrup in it. Because we don't know that the properties in there uh, enforce our reiterations to them. So like you have high fructose corn syrup, which is heavily addictive. So when we get a dose of that, and again, you've been getting doses, your ancestors been getting dosage. Granted, this GMO and this new wave of synthetic food is relatively recent, so it ain't like 1800s people was getting genetically modified engineered food. But I want to say around the 80s. I could be mistaken, but for the last 50 years, the food has been modified and it's dumbing down our frequency so much to the point that we don't even see uh, our history no more. It's in us, it's just not outside of us. So we don't see that we're more adept for a naturalist environment. Because for the last 40, 50 years, this comfort food, this slave food, this traditional food that Western society put on us, this was the truth. This was the reality. And I think that's the coldest part, because when we say, okay, how do we accept fake shit? How do we accept fake food? Because that was the reality for someone's whole existence. Like, if I pointed to how I was brought up, I ain't seen no healthy shit in my household. I have not seen no healthy. You got the typical South Central LA black household to where if hot sauce all on my top ramen your bish. Somebody who's making the Kool-Aid, extra sugar, minimal water. We got noodles for dinner. We got hot dogs and hot links and bologna sandwiches and cheese toast, and we got all the things that literally help kill me in the cabinet. But okay, I was born and now I'm thrust into this reality. How in the fuck could I know that there's something outside of my reality at 3, 4, 5 years old. The kids are so impressionable. Our kids are so impressionable. So be it that the indoctrination is hundreds and hundreds of years ago, that means our kids, uh, your parents when they was kids, your grandparents when they was kids, they were indoctrinated by this same tool of fakeness. So if they were indoctrinated as kids, this was their reality too. So we've come to the point now where we're passing on a tradition of fake. We're appropriating a culture of our own death and demise because it's all we know. It's like the allegory of the cave. Like if you've never left the cave and when light comes to you, you're gonna reject the light. Or at the very least, the light is gonna blind you and take your ass back to that cave. That's analogous when somebody preaches health to a black person now. Somebody preaches health mechanisms to a brother now, and the light is so bright that they go back to the cave. That they tell you, oh no, I can't do that. I can't never eat like that. It couldn't be me. I gotta have a steak. I gotta have a burger. Replace steak and burger with, I gotta have a quick death. I gotta have my milk. I gotta have a quick death. Oh man, I gotta have my liquor. I gotta drink. You gotta have a quick death. Gotta have some type of drug, you know what I'm saying? Because they all drugs. They're all drugs. They're all signals that uh prohibit you from living your optimal life. That's all I consider to be a drug. Even the way we heal ourselves. Which is funny because we talking about fake food. If you had real food, you wouldn't need this thing that they call medicine. Because the food and the medicine, they used to be interwoven. They still are if you out there. If you out there and you out there applying the science and you finding things in nature that align with other things in nature, and then you're creating a chemical affinity for you to take, and now it replenishes you, and next thing you know, okay, you had heartburn for 2 months, but you done found this ginger root and this sea moss and uh, echinacea, and you done made a concoction, and now that alleviates you of your ailments. Oh, you out there doing the true science, and you out there discovering medicine through the true properties in which the universe gifted. Some niggas call it God, some niggas call it universe, some niggas call it the energy, some niggas call it Jesus. You call it what you want. I'm gonna call it how it is. The universe gifted us with these objects in nature, not a man in a lab coat. I don't, and we should not adhere to the man in the lab coat for our medicine nor our food when somebody with no coat, not even a body, something beyond our interpretation, gifted us with natural elements in this world for us to take. You drink more water, you will be more righteous in every faculty. A lot of people be thinking they hungry when they dehydrated. Dehydrated dwindles your focus, dwindles your mental clarity, increases fatigue. So we're in a society now where we're so tired, we're so drained. The day is taking so much out of us. We don't know what to do, but we never look at our diet. What are the properties in the universe in which we're taking to provoke this bad uh, status? Why are you so tired every goddamn day? Well, a sugar diet will do that to you. You eat sugar every single day, then you might have mental fog. You might lack clarity. You drink liquor every day, every weekend, every other day, then yeah, you might have short-term or long-term memory loss. There are literally places of the like alcohol literally puts like gray matter in your brain. A form of matter in your brain that prohibits you from functioning to that part of the brain. So yeah, it's no consequence. And then you correlate to the emotions while we're stressed out, while we're angry, while we don't have emotional intelligence. Well, if I was lacking vitamins and minerals, how do you think I would react? If magnesium helps with cognitive abilities, and now I don't get have magnesium in my diet, then I'm not gonna have those cognitive abilities. I might I might have a loss of memory. My functionality will, it ain't even no might, my functionality will be worse juxtaposed to the version of me who does get magnesium, who does get calcium, who does get selenium or manganese or whatever nutrients we need to put into our body. That's coming back home. That's aligning back with nature, because what it means to tap into nature is to tap into yourself. We are the nature. We are the minerals and vitamins. That's why we need them motherfuckers. We don't need uh, high fructose corn syrup, unfortunately. We don't need maltodextrin, unfortunately. Look at the back of your chips right now. You got chips in the cabinet. You got some Lay's. You got some Fritos. You got some Doritos. You got some hot Cheetos. Look at the back of that shit right now. It's gonna say maltodextrin. It's gonna say some type of sugar. They throw sugar in everything you got. Fake sugar. Probably might even say corn syrup. And it's gonna say some colors. Red 40, green 30, blue 32. Sound like a quarterback of motherfucking NFL. Blue 32. You eating blue 32? Talking about you trying to be healthy. And then it's correlative. It's not just the diet. It's not just the medicine. Which, by the way, a fake diet kills you. Fake medicine kills you too. Whatever the medicine claims to help you with, they have to concede in their own context. They have to concede in their own context that it don't do that legally, because some people actually fight for the right for citizens to know what they're taking. Now these corporations know, again, because of training. We don't read. These corporations know we're not gonna read the back of the labels. They ain't gonna read it, so put it on there anyway. So we get juice. We dare call Minute Maid juice, buy the juice, say it's juice, when on the back of the juice, it say right there, this is 5% juice. This is 5% juice. We still get it, and we still drink that shit. While it says on the label, it is 5% juice. Are you fucking kidding me? Come on, son. Come on, son. So you like, and that's the thing. We're so ration has to be tradition. Ration has to be tradition. Ration has to be tradition, especially when your tradition, was harming and hindering you. You know that our community and our society struggles to read because we were not the ability to read was stripped from us. We were prohibited reading through colonialism, through conquest. So for us to not read now, we're practicing the tradition in which the slavers gave us. I don't read. I don't read like that. Every black person I talk to say the same shit. Far and few in between, I guess I'm like, oh yeah, I do read. Oh fuck. You read? You actually read something past a meme? Okay, brother, for sure. I'm with you. I'm with you on the fight and apply. Anybody who I see trying to get home, trying to align with nature and the universe in the way the alignment was supposed to be, that's the person I'm with. But you get, I can't read. I ain't reading. Shit, I don't like reading. I don't like working out, man. Shit, I'm lazy. We concede, like, we be proud to say this shit. Like, literally, we be proud to say, people talk to me and be like, damn, man, like, by the way, I'm not vegan. I have a plant-based diet, and maybe for the last few months I've ate a vegan diet, and usually if you see what's on my plate, it can be categorized as vegan, but I don't fall into that category because I don't adhere to all of the vegan policies, the labeling, and I'm not refined on the shit I wear because veganism is a philosophy more so than a diet. So, you catch a nigga like me in a mink coat. Not that you would, but you catch a nigga like that in a mink coat, it doesn't contradict my lifestyle because I am not a vegan. So my philosophy is not that of the vegan mind state. But in regards to my diet, I have a plant-based diet, so it typically looks vegan. You know what I'm saying? No meat, no dairy. However, when I practice this diet and people see it, they like bragging to me how they can't do it. Like to me, they don't know how they sound, or they're telling me, "Oh man, I can't eat healthy." That's how we sound. To them, it sound cool. I mean, shit, you bet I can't do it. Shit, I need my meat and potatoes. I need my chicken sandwich. I need my burgers. I need my pizza. I need my detriment. I need my death. I need my division. And not only do I need my death and division, but I need to pass this death and division to my children. Like, you got to really understand what it means to pass on a deadly behavior to a children. You're passing on a continuous cycle of destruction to your lineage. Somebody got to step in there, be a man, be a woman, and break the cycle. Because yeah, okay, you love Snickers and Starbursts and Annihilators and candies, but you know that shit ain't good for you. So soon as your kid come about, we don't even wait no more. Kid barely got teeth and a nigga chewing Starbursts. Kid don't even got no teeth and niggas is giving them hot Cheetos. Suck on this. Your kid sucking on a hot Cheeto at 1. When they turn 5, you think they're gonna want healthy foods? And we gotta look at the programming, look at the TV. Look at the rhetoric, look at the propaganda, because the programming don't never stop. The system is fortified, that it's just a continuous system now, just cycling around, and we like clothes in the spin cycle, just constantly getting spun around into the cycle. So you look on TV today, oh yeah, they still making you get Coca-Cola. They still appropriating McDonald's. So if you allow your kid to be indoctrinated by this system, it's gonna be no surprise when they 4 or 5 and be like, "Mommy, I want McDonald's. Mommy, I want a Coca-Cola." No, no, Timmy, you need some water. Mommy, I don't fucking like water. When have y'all ever seen a commercial about water? You've never seen a fucking commercial. That ain't that crazy? You've never seen water advertised. What about spinach? You've never seen spinach advertised? Sea moss, you ain't even heard of that. Most people ain't even heard of sea moss. That's probably the best shit you can take. That's probably the best shit you can take in your body. We have 100 something minerals. Sea moss got 90 something of them motherfuckers. 90 something minerals. But they don't profess and they don't. So as long as we're attached to the system, oh yeah, we'll be attached to death and fake things, synthetic things, and it's only becoming more and more as the time progresses. Man is trying to gain more control of this universe. So you even have shit like AI, robots, computers. The you talking about real and fake? The exchange that we get from each other now. We don't get that kinetic exchange. Like motherfuckers ain't hugging. We not hugging friends and families. You got this whole virus, this pandemic virus that got us not even knowing how to be social. That translate again to our death vibration and lifestyle. People get scared when other humans come around now. Shit, I can't hug him. I might get sick. Since when was that a thing? Since when did you associate hugs and handshakes as a negative gesture for your life? These things are life affirming by nature. For me to give someone a hug and a handshake, by nature, that's a kinetic connection. The hands touch, but the energy is the energy is rolling together. You feel me? We feel the hands touch, but it's a quantum entanglement that permeates both of us from a hug, from a handshake. This is why you hear of the tree hugger, tree hugging hippies. But today, less handshakes, less hugs, less water, less vegetables and fruits. Like, even think about this. Think about how backwards we have to live for somebody to even have to put up an argument as to why eating healthy is bad. It's so redundant that you should eat healthy that people shouldn't even need to make arguments. This is why we all know water is good for you. We all know fruits and vegetables are good for you because it's so true that the counterclaims will never, you can never, there can't be a counterclaim that says water is bad for you. Now, maybe toxic water, sink water, tap water, coming through them drains, and uh, bottled water, being in them bottles in them warehouses for so long, absorbing the plastic from the bottles and picking up chemicals that are not conducive. Oh yeah, that water might not be good, but water at its essence, from the river, alkaline, mineralized, life water, cycling around, doing something in regards to life, and then into your body. Oh, that's exactly what you need to thrive. We ain't drinking that. Even those who drink water don't drink water. Even those who drink water don't drink water. So I think that's something else we need to be mindful of. The truth is suppressed. Because again, ethnocide, you kill somebody's culture, you don't want to leave vestiges and remnants of the culture so they can find it. Luckily for us, the truth is so strong and fortified that remnants of the truth will always be here. And information is so vast. You got this internet and you just have life, period, full of information, that the truth is going to be there somewhere and people are going to find it. So people are going to wake up. However, because it's suppressed, because like even the sciences, like your science is going to tell you that meat is good for you in Western world. Your science is going to tell you that milk and dairy is good for you in the Western world. Your science is going to tell you that GMO foods are not that bad for you in the West. Why? Because they selling all this shit to you. They're selling all of this shit to you. And a lot of the times they're interwoven, meaning the Food and Drug Administration and the meat corporations, they have partnerships. Cause you gotta think it's correlative. Okay, if you get these niggas sick with y'all meat and y'all dairy, then they'll now have to uh, get our pharmaceuticals. They'll now have to get medicated from us. So giving us citizens fortifying ourselves with vitamins and nutrients and health affirming mechanisms, we kill two birds in one stone. We start eating healthy, there ain't no McDonald's and there ain't no CVS no more. They can't sell you drugs here nor there because you now went to the source. You stopped being fake. And people get mad when I say I don't care about people's feelings. The truth does not factor in emotion or fit or the truth does not factor in emotion or opinion. So an opinion is only strong as the legs it has. Your emotions get subsided by the truth. If you hear the truth and you get mad by the truth, then that's your problem and that's on you. That shows you directly you living in falsehood. When somebody brings you the truth and you reject and neglect it, that shows you live in a complete lie. So the truth does not factor in emotion or opinion. You eat fast food, you're assisting the big pharmacy industry that is waiting for you when you need that gastro, you feel me? The medicine for the gastrointestinal problems. You need surgery now because you done had too many fucking McDoubles. Oh, you got diabetes? We can't cure it. That's again, one thing when you live in a lie, one thing when you're in a culture that's living a lie, they lie to you all day and all of them lies become the truth to you. So now we regurgitate lies like it's the truth. People are, oh man, my daddy got diabetes, so I'm destined for diabetes. That's what they told us. That's a clear-cut lie. There's something called epigenetics. Epigenetics literally reshapes your structure, your biological structure, to appropriate your behaviors in the manner in which you want to do. So yeah, your daddy might have been a diabetic, but did you peep your daddy's habits? Oh yeah, your daddy ate sugar all day. He ate bullshit. He never ate nutrients and vitamin dense foods. So he had diabetes just like his grandma or just like his mama. So they're not just passing on gene expressions, they're passing on behaviors. Western society will tell you, oh, because your grandma had it and your daddy had it, you're gonna have it. That's what Western society will tell you. They're clearly lying to you. They're being fake like they've always been to you since they've colonized your black ass. No, you can change your behaviors and then you can reshape those genetic responses. Because if your daddy was a sugar addict, then yeah, you might have gene expressions that when you come across a Snickers, you might have a natural inclination to that shit. Because your daddy did it and your grandma, so you got an expression that's consistent. This is a generational curse. These things happens. We come from a shit culture. If you've been colonized and genocide and ethnocide and stripped of your culture and given a new culture full of lies, then yeah, you're gonna have generational curses that you're gonna have to break in 2023. That's the dilemma that we in. It's fucked up, but it is what it is. And we gotta do what we gotta do and we gotta fight. Not only for us, but for our lineage after us. So you dealing with this, and then you go to the doctor and then they tell you there's nothing you can do. You something in your spirit should feel off about that. Because this is a doctor, somebody alleged to heal you, telling you there's nothing you can do. That should tell you right there you at the wrong place. A doctor telling me there's nothing. This is supposed to be the guy. A doctor should be analogous with a healer, right? A healer should be able to not just subside, but eliminate the problem. Oh, Western society don't do that with nothing. Cancer, you're going to have cancer for your life. It's not true. Based on Eastern or Afrocentric philosophy, I'll say that. Then I'll say for this video, don't get shut down. This is not me advising any medical information. This is me just disseminating the truth as I know it. I'm not professing that this is medical information. They try to cut a nigga off. But cancer, Dr. Sebi, holistic nutritionalist, they've put people in remission many a times. People have had diabetes, people have had blindness, people have had asthma, people have had all the things that Western society has told us cannot be cured. They've cured them through natural holistic practices. So when we see Dr. Sebi and 20 other holistic nutritionalist doctors die randomly, you might want to correlate it to the society in which we in that loves to profess lies and loves to denounce truth. Edwin, what's good? Much love to you, brother. You already know what it is. You already know what time it is, man. Freestyle Friday. We vibing high this morning. It's about life. It's about living, and it's about not living in opposition with ourselves. Because again, Kayla, if you here, much love to you. Tap in. But this is to your point, and I'll DM you and send you this in case you didn't watch this to permeate it. But no, yeah. Well, the reason behind this is the continuous indoctrinating process and our continuous acceptance, because we can't just blame the world. Oh, it's the world's fault. We're like this. No, we have agency. We got power. We got autonomy in this world, in this universe, to make changes, to choose to not accept the information that they're giving us, to actually go and search for alternative mechanisms if theirs don't work. How can somebody tell you you got diabetes and somebody tell you there's nothing you can do, and that's how you leave it? You allow them to limit you like that? You have willpower. You ever heard the expression where there's a will, there's a way? So for somebody to tell you that there's nothing they can do, that's a subtle indication of telling you that you're powerless in this situation and circumstance. This is another false, fake notion to your existence, because you have power innately. The fact that you woke up today shows that the power is in you. Power to the people, motherfucker. I gotta say these cliche things. Power to the people. So when people tell me I can't change my diet. Man, my daddy had cancer. I can't. Bro, you let this system make you believe you powerless. You let this system make you believe that the higher power didn't create things for your advantage. It's food I don't know nothing about that can heal. It's food I don't, because I was indoctrinated by Western society and I'm just now learning the shit outside of this matrix. I'm just now figuring out, oh shit, like if I take this approach, then maybe I'll never need to go to the doctor. What if I become my first doctor? There's people already doubting themselves right there. Oh, I can't be no doctor. I ain't study, I ain't no professor. Nigga, it's your life in your body. You've been in your body and in your life the whole time. You don't think you can do a observational analysis as to what's going on with you? Think about it. When you go to the doctor, what's the first thing they tell you? What are you feeling? What's the problem? What's going? Oh shit, you do step one. They don't come in and look at you and like, oh, I could tell he has cancer, or I could tell he has hypertension. They don't do that. They ask you what's going on so they can make a conclusion. You can ask you what's going on and then research so you can make a conclusion. And if you know Western society don't heal none of the ailments you got, none of them. Ain't that crazy? You got heartburn right now. They tell you there's nothing you can do. Take some Pepto-Bismol, take some proton pump inhibitors. I still got the pills for them because I had gastroesophagus reflux damage disease. I say had because it's been subsided for like 3 or 4 years since I shifted my diet. Every now and then it still prompts itself. It rears its ugly head because I haven't fully cured it, but I've mitigated the damage so much just through my diet and my exercise that I can say on a consistent basis it's not there. Eventually it'll never come. I have that faith when I get more fortified in my practices. But I have the pills that they got right now. Proton pump inhibitor pills that will not cure. I will always have acid reflux for my whole life, but in the moments of pain, I take them to subside for a couple of hours. But then when those couple of hours pass, it becomes inflamed even at a higher level. So the pills, they mitigate for a minute, then they exacerbate. It's mitigation, then exacerbation. To mitigate is to dwindle the pain, to exacerbate is to increase the pain. So once I stop taking these proton pump inhibitor pills, my pain will increase. So that means the medicine never worked. The medicine is to keep you dependent on the medicine so you can be a constant customer. They want me to keep going back to them niggas so I can have a relationship with the dealer at CVS. Nigga know me by first name now. Oh shit, damn, you getting the usual? You getting the usual PPPs? PPHs? Yep, give me my... Look at niggas' cabinets right now. You'll see drugs that they call medicine. If it ain't natural from this world and it ain't food, it ain't medicine. You can't give me no synthesized shit and tell me that it's real. It's called synthetics. And I think that ties into it too, all the way back home to how we're living a ass backwards life because we don't even pay attention to common sense. We're allowing these terms to exist by perpetuating them. Stop calling that shit medicine. That shit is Tylenol. That shit is a drug. Oh, it's over the counter. So stop going with their system. Stop going with their ideologies. They're lying to you. They've always lied to you since they took your ass. And some of us are native to this land, but that's a lie because they told you wasn't native to this land. They told you as a melanated person, we all came from Africa. We all did come from Africa in the beginning, but the migration allows us to be everywhere before Europeans. Everywhere. Maybe even them Caucasus, but we ain't gonna get into that. But you think melanated people wasn't roaming around in America before Europeans got here? So yeah, but with the colonial times, they trained those melanated Americans into this lifestyle as well. So they've lied to you from beginning to end. So at that point, you should never accept what they say from the future as the truth. Oh man, they tell me that they told you that this new double dose shot would would rid you or prevent you from catching the virus, only to reveal the truth later. That shit don't do that. Just like all our other medicines, that shit don't cure you. You can run from the truth all you want. You can run from the truth all you want, but the truth is always gonna come up out the surface. Because the thing about the truth, it don't need to be supported. It don't need to be propagandized. It just needs to be seen. And because the truth is so stern and powerful and grounded and sound, you got to think about the truth. If it's the truth, it got evidence to support it somewhere. If it's a lie, you might not be able to find evidence to support it. So when they tell you, oh, these things will heal you, go on and see what the evidence. Go on and see the evidence of them vaccines and whether or not they prevent you from the virus. It's unfortunate, but I know many people who have gotten it and got COVID more than people who haven't gotten the jab. That's just the truth of my reality. This is anecdotal, not empirical. But as far as anecdotal reality goes for me and everybody around me, those who've taken that shit are now more susceptible and now have a weaker immunity than those who didn't take this shit. Those who are on diabetic medication, they will be diabetics for the rest of their life. They've conceded that. Those who are going through cancer, unfortunately, and are still eating a junk diet, still eating carcinogenic properties, and taking their medication, they're going to have that cancer. They might go into remission every now and then. Not saying all their mechanisms don't work, whatever mechanism, chemotherapy and all that. I'm not too astute in the realm of their mechanisms in which work, but I do know it's a rinse and repeat process. It's never, oh, you're free. And funny thing enough, they have to, some of them doctors are righteous. Some of them doctors mean well, have good intent. Most of them doctors have common sense. They're not stupid idiots. They just work for a system that's unscrupulous by nature. The system is a drug dealing system. But some people, these are citizens trying to be doctors and trying to help heal, but they come to learn like, damn, this is a system. And I do have to make a wage in the practice, so I might work in this nefarious system. But you talk to these doctors and you ask one that might be genuine, like, man, what can I do? And then that nigga might tell you, or she might tell you, hey, have you ever heard of alternative medicine? What's your diet like? That's the first thing they ask you too. After what's wrong with you, what's your diet like? They just go through the common sense process before indoctrinating you into their drugs. Well, here's what we could do. We got this Profol or whatever, Adderall or whatever the fuck they give me, whatever drug they're trying to put on you. But they let you know, hey, what you eating? Shit, I had some steak, some potatoes, shit, and I had a little bit of chicken. Nigga had 2 meats. That's always, when a nigga got 2 meats on it, you gotta think how long it takes your body to process that. You're not a lion, nigga. You don't have excess stomach acid to process meats at a rapid rate. You a human. Look at your teeth. You ain't got no canines. You ain't got no canines to be biting down no meat naturally like that. Yo shit, you got baby canines. For me, what that's indicative of for me, again, pointing to the essence, we always was by a river. In our lineage and our history, we always fished. And we occasionally ate meat for ritual. Occasionally. But the Afrocentric diet has always been plant-based by and large. And it has never been cow or chicken-based, in which that the Europeans have been cow and chicken-based diet. So, like, our first step to me, anybody on that path and journey, their first step is to eliminate the cow. Milk, cheese, cow products, take that out, because there's a direct contradiction to that inside of our bodies on all fronts. It's carcinogenic by nature. Carcinogenic. The meat is carcinogenic. The meat is carcinogenic. This is the truth. If you get offended by that, it's because you fake. And then it's inflammatory. We have an alkaline-based body. So our organs, our vital organs, rely on our alkalinity. to be over a 7.0. 7.0 is like the base. It can be higher, it can be lower. If you're lower than a 7.0, you're now giving your organs an uninhabitable place to live. So now in this environment, what are you doing? You're weakening your chance of, or you're weakening your immunity. And now you're making yourself more susceptible to sickness because you have an acidic bloodstream. And then you have an acidic, now you've taken all this acidic shit. What do you think comes with acidic foods? Inflammation. So now you have inflammatory properties inside of your body. So you got acid, inflammation, and then as a consequence, you got acidic, inflammatory foods. You're gonna have oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is just oxidative stress, a prevention from your organisms and your cells to thrive and breathe and function in the way that they want to function. So with that stress comes the likelihood of a pathogen to come kick it in there. Oh, this nigga got inflammation. This nigga got oxidative stress. It's an acid body. This is all the shit I feed off of. Parasites, pathogens, diseases, viruses, bacteria, whatever you want to call it, they thrive in a non-alkaline, hyper-inflammatory, hyper-oxidative stress-induced body. And all the food we eat today, from your Cocoa Puffs, from your Lunchable, to your Coca-Cola, to your hot Cheetos, to your cup of soups, to your cereal, to your oatmeal. Your oatmeal ain't real. Go look, if your shit don't say oats and grains on it, you gotta look. All right, I got this from Surviving Vegan. Shout out to them. But it says the front is for education. The front is for entertainment. The back is for education. Again, we so fake though. It's gonna be hard for us to do anything because we so fake right now. We so fake, we want to be entertained more than educated. Education is a conduit to enlightenment. You are light. So when you get light, you become educated. And when you become educated and enlightened, you become conscious and cognitive to know how you're supposed to move. An enlightened person is someone who is clear in discernment. So with that discernment, they'll be able to make choice decisions in this universe. But if you're not enlightened, if you're not enlightened, if you're not privy to the knowledge and privy to the energy that connects you to the source, then, oh, well, this is just what we do for tradition. We've always ate like this. Then as a consequence, what is that doing for your brain, your body, and your soul? That's weakening you and keeping you at that status quo. It's like we've been programmed to this slave environment, and now we're so comfortable with it because, again, shit, Kool-Aid tastes good. Our lowest form is what they prey on. So we are still creatures of matter. So Kool-Aid tastes good. You might put extra salt, pepper on your eggs and some ketchup, and that shit might taste good. But it's all the same in regards to the poison. So you got to look at the back. You can't be so fake that you only want entertainment all day. That's the fake part of you. That's the escaping part of you. I like entertainment too, but that ain't gonna grow me. It ain't gonna grow me like information. Ask yourself right now if you like information or entertainment. Which one you like more, entertainment or information? And be honest with yourself, because you can say one thing, but then you gotta look at your actions. I had to look at myself and really, I had to beat myself down just so I could get up. Before I was able to sit upright, I had to beat myself down and tell myself the truth. I gotta look myself in the eye and look myself in the mirror every day and be like, yeah, nigga, you need to fix that. You claim or you saying this, but look at your actions. Why you still eating that? Self-assessment leads to accountability, and accountability leads to growth. So you have to be able to look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, damn, I've been programmed to like fucking entertainment more than I have to educate myself. Again, you have to remember you're a light being and a light force. So what is it doing for you to never take to education? You know how many people I know never read the ingredients of the food that they eat? What? You know how many people I know never read or care about the ingredients of the food in which they eat? You go into them Carl's Jr., you get spicy chicken, famous star. You look right below the drive-through menu. They got a sign that says this product has been known to assist and cause cancer. They have to tell you, they have to give you the truth. That's the cold part. That's why the truth don't need support. They have to give it to you somewhere. But they won't do rigorous science and they won't expose this to the universe that McDonald's and Carl's Jr. is cancerous as fuck, Taco Bell, and high fructose corn syrup helps you get diabetes and leads to sick. They won't perpetuate that to you because then that's like them denouncing their own product. What corporate is going to denounce their own product so they can sell less? No corporation is going to do that. So it takes you to actually, it really takes you to love yourself. Like we are living so false and backwards that we feed our worst part of ourselves in order for our detriment. To me, to live death affirming consistently is a clear indication that we don't love ourselves properly. We think we love ourselves, but look at our actions. How can you put this stuff in your body, knowing what it will do to your body, and then turn around and claim to love yourself? How can you never work out when you know your body needs it? And then turn around and tell me, oh, I love, yeah, of course I, no, you don't. Look again. Look again at your actions because again, the speaking about the belief subsided by the actions indicative of that belief. So you could talk that talk all you want, but the truth don't need support. The truth don't factor in emotions or opinion. You saying you believe in something, that might be your opinion. But you walking that walk and doing what you do, that shows your direct belief system. And it starts with the mind. Our mind is fucked up. Like I had this conversation on Facebook. It's a good conversation, and it's no jabs or stabs at anybody's perspective. But most our people, when you tell them about healthy foods, and why I posted a question, why we hate healthy shit. And this is from my anecdotal experience. Like proximity, friends and family, they don't like healthy shit. Black folks, when I go outside and I see the nature in these environments, again, we were all placed in ghettos and conditions that the resources of health affirming gestures are just not as frequent. Nigga might have to go outside of their neighborhood to find a Whole Foods. You might have to go 20 miles away to find a restaurant that is non-GMO or fully organic or plant-based. So it's understood, like we getting programmed heavy. We're getting programmed heavy. But you go into these spaces and you see, damn, we've been fucked so badly that we'll make an excuse for why we ain't healthy and we'll justify it. Because an explanation is different than a justification. Justification implies like a support to your decision. We are not supporting death affirming decisions. Explaining, okay, yeah, I did grow up in these conditions and in the hood. That's why I'm like this, but it ain't no excuses. I gotta be better because I got the fortified willpower. So, like, I ask people why we eat like shit, why we don't like healthy, and most people's claim is the food is too expensive. Most people's claim is the food is too expensive. And I want to break that down at least. You feel me? That's the least I could do before I dip. Expensive. What does it mean to be expensive? Costly. Now, why would healthy food be expensive? Because healthy food has intrinsic value and worth. When you eat spinach, it gives you magnesium and other nutrients for your body that perpetuates growth. Your brain is happy now that you got some magnesium. Now I can attach this, now this calcium you got that you put in your body, I can now function with it because without magnesium, Like without certain minerals, you can't intake other minerals or other vitamins. It's like it's all interwoven. That's why you need a mixed, balanced diet. So, because you got this now salad that has these properties in it innately, as a consequence, this is putting that not social value because niggas don't like healthy shit. So ain't no social value on spinach. It's just intrinsic value. So when you go to the store, of course, uh, bag of hot Cheetos. Even though the bag of hot Cheetos got social value because niggas like it, it don't have no intrinsic values. It's killing you. But yes, this food, it's not expensive. It's rich. It's rich because it's nutrient dense. So only a fool, again, like let's go back to bartering. Only a fool would sell you something that's rich in quality for something that's not rich in quality. So you give me, let's say I give you a bag of beans, and in turn, you give me 2 sheets of paper. This is an uneven exchange because these 2 sheets of paper don't measure up to the intrinsic value of these beans. So you have to give me more for this to be an even exchange. So in these stores, they're cognizant and aware of the value of healthy shit. That's why the healthy section costs more than everything in there because the healthy section is the only shit that got intrinsic value. That's why the price don't hardly ever go down. We don't have social value on healthy shit, but why does the price never go down? Because that shit has intrinsic value. So when we say it's too expensive, we got to look at what we're saying because too expensive what in comparison to the McDonald's? Because we not comparing. Just look at it isolated. Is it too expensive for what it is? You got vitamins and minerals, and this is nutrient dense. Oh, it's worth it. It's not too expensive for me because it has the properties in which I need. Shit, it could cost more, and I need that. So it's our mind state in which we deem healthy shit too expensive because we come from that mind state of cheap, scarcity, uh, and social value rather than intrinsic value. Because realistically, I'll tell you what's too expensive. Anything that's not redeeming in quality is too expensive. I don't want to pay a dime for something that's hurting me. So while you might look at that burger because it's on a dollar menu and it's financially cheap in comparison to the healthy shit, isolate the burger, remove the comparison, and now isolate the burger for what it is and what it's giving you. Okay, I might get 30 minutes of pleasure. Eating this burger, taking bites, it tastes good, releases certain endorphins, it gets me high, makes me escape from the reality. But then on the flip, on the back end, I'm getting carcinogens. I'm getting inflammatory. I might get a stomach ache because it's a cheeseburger and I'm black. And then 80% of black people are lactose intolerant. People literally, like doctors literally tell you to eat more cheese and milk so you can build your tolerance for your natural intolerance. You have a natural intolerance, but they tell you to eat more so you can build your tolerance. That's like that's like me telling you I give you a shot of liquor and you drink it and you're like, oh shit, this shit make my stomach hurt. And I'm like, oh man, shit, just drink, just keep drinking. Eventually your stomach won't hurt. That don't mean that the properties ain't killing you just because now you have a tolerance for alcohol. So yeah, you can boost your tolerance for this bad shit and now you might not feel the ailments immediately, but in the long term, they fucking you up left and right. So when you look at that burger and it's $1, but it ain't giving you nothing back. Oh, that burger is too expensive. Not the not the kale and the spinach over there. Because for what it costs and what it gives back, it makes sense. It's pragmatic. There's no social value on kale. Niggas don't love kale outside. But why does it still cost more than the burger? Because there's intrinsic value. So uh when we say healthy food is expensive, we're being disrespectful to healthy food. And we're putting a negative connotation and we're devaluing the worth because it can't be expensive. uh it's only expensive in relation to that cheap shit you talking about. It's not expensive in relation to the actual properties in which it has. If you knew the properties in which it has, sea moss, you'll be willing to pay full freight for that shit. I don't bat an eye when I buy rich foods because they're rich. I wouldn't expect nobody to give me sea moss for $5. I wouldn't expect nobody to give me a boatload of spinach for $1. But I would expect somebody to give me a big ass bag of hot Cheetos for $2.50. Ain't nothing in it. That's somebody hustling me. That's somebody conning me out of my money because that shit is too expensive. It should be free. In fact, it shouldn't even be here. Fuck, I don't even want you giving it for. It shouldn't be here. But it's bringing it back to the system in which it's designed to exploit and capitalize off your ignorance. So if these niggas keep buying this bullshit, you keep buying honey buns and uh uh brownies and things that don't do nothing for you, then we'll keep selling it. Oh, and then now y'all love it. Oh, y'all love these hot Cheetos? Raise the price. Now hot Cheetos is $4, $4.50. They said eggs. I don't eat eggs, but I see the Matrix. Said eggs done jolted up. You think it's because eggs is naturally gained intrinsic value? No. It's because niggas love eggs. And our love raises the social value of something. Therefore, they can raise the price on us. And we ain't gonna we so weak now. We could be strong. Don't get it twisted. We're strong people, but we're so weak now that we don't have no pushback for shit. Oh, they're raising the gas, and now you complaining, you crying, but you ain't gonna do shit about it. You ain't gonna stop driving. So why you even complaining? Oh man, these chips they so high. You still gonna put them in your cart. So our willpower has been so weakened because of the vast acceptance of the lies from the educational system, from the TV, and now from your parents, because your parents took to the education and the TV and the doctor, the Western doctors. So all the way around you, we're getting fed and reinforced lies that, as a consequence, stagnates us from living our truth and becoming our actual conscious, discerning, life affirming selves, which is a beautiful thing. I preach this shit because I practice this shit. And like through practice, the belief has become fortified because it was just an inclination. I had a thought and a notion that, hold on, this can't be true. They telling me milk does good for the body. I've always naturally rejected milk. So while they can tell me that, I always have to assess my personal experience with what they're talking about. So yeah, they're selling hot Cheetos and garbage and junk, but what is that doing for me? Why is my chest hurting? Why am I fatigued? How the fuck you eat food and now you tired? How much sense could that make if food is supposed to revitalize and replenish you? Somebody tell me that. How the fuck can you have the itis? I believe 19 Keys, shout out to the brother. I believe he said itis is just a sign of inflammation. You got excess inflammation. You got some shit on your chest. Got some shit on your chest and your stomach that now you need to go lay down. You had that big ass meal, which is also counterintuitive logically because you need your meal to process. You need to be upright for a couple of hours before you go lay down with that meal on your chest. But you got the itis, you can't even be upright. You should be able to eat your meal and do a workout because the meal is supposed to supplement some type of energy in you. It's a force of energy. If it's real, if it's fake, you out there, you got 2 cupcakes. You eat cupcakes for a snack and then you want to work out, it's going to be different. Counterintuitive. So yeah, it come with a mind state. People and a lot of people, oh shit. My bad. Shut out for a minute. It come with a mind state, you know what I'm saying, first. So for one, you have to even be aware because I realize most people, they're unaware. Like, people know junk is unhealthy. People know water is healthy, but I don't think people know the extents. It's like that's as far as they go. Oh, this is healthy, this is not healthy. But what are the depths? How unhealthy is this shit? What is this milk doing for me? What is it not doing for me? They've told us our whole lives that bone strength. But you gotta think if something is acidic by nature, that strips the nutrients from the a high level of acidity strips the nutrients from your body. So a lot of people with a heavily cow milk cheese induced diet have suffered from osteoporosis too. But these studies get suppressed. They're going to tell you that milk is good and does great for the body, and they're going to have Michael Jordan with a milk mustache to propagate to you to get milk so you can be on that drug to be on some more drugs. But if you really look and you logically deduce what does it mean to put acidic shit in my body consistently, that can't be good for my minerals. Can't be good for my calcium. If I got acidic shit, calcium is going to be stripped. This is why niggas who This is why when you eat sugar, you lose your teeth and the strength in your bones and your teeth, they dwindle because sugar is purely acidic. So yeah, you a sweet tooth bandit is gonna be a toothless bandit. I had to learn that because I was a sweet tooth bandit. I was one of the coldest ones in the streets. I was Baby D before Baby D. I knew all the snacks before they came out. I knew all the good shit. I know what's fire. Oh, you got that new strawberry. What's that? That strawberry, not the Swiss roll, but the strawberry version with the cream filling on the inside. The yellow one with that shit tastes good. Deaf. Tastes good. And again, we gotta stop speaking to ourselves backwards. When you eat some shit that's bad for you, don't associate it with goodness. You eat some hot Cheetos and like this shit is good. No, it's not. This shit tastes cool, but it's not good for you. This shit is bad for you, but you like the taste. The same way the cigarette. Niggas know the cigarette is bad for you, so you don't like this shit. Nah, the niggas be like, yeah, I know this is bad for me. But shit, fuck it. Like, niggas will concede that. You know what I'm saying? It's like when certain things are like clearly evident, we don't get warped by the double speak and the matrix. But like, so cigarettes and liquor, we know it's bad, but we still do it. And I like willful ignorance. That's even worse than ignorance. I'll give me ignorance before willful ignorance. So niggas like that, I'm like, damn, hey, shit, you know. Ain't nothing for me to tell you know. So whatever. You feel me? But you might not know the extent. You might think that alcohol is just liver cancer, but now your mental cognition, your mode of thinking is fucked up on a day-to-day basis. And a lot of people who have an unhealthy lifestyle, they only attribute health to death. Like as far as, oh well, shit, we all gonna die anyway, or I don't want to live forever. It's not about living forever or anti-aging. Part and parcel of it could be that living, maximizing your existence on this life, and not having wrinkles and not having bags and not having gray hairs because zinc, trace is a trace mineral that if you eat a certain diet, then you can prevent that process of grain. You know what I'm saying? But people don't believe in that because of the Western world. It's hereditary. Your daddy got grays, you got grays, you bound for it. And that's part true too, but it's more to the science. So, but yeah, so you have to be mindful that the liquor or the thing that you're doing is doing more than what you think it is. It's not just causing you liver damage, it's causing you cognitive damage. It's causing you physical and emotional damage. You might be over angered because you drink liquor. So that's the vibration that the liquor come with. It's on a certain frequency. Everything you eat is on a certain frequency. So when they say you are what you eat, a lot of people is cliche, oh yeah. No, nigga. That frequency and that energy being put into you is what you're now permitted to express because you got it in you. You could be having a traumatized cow, nigga, locked up in a cell. And that's your dinner for the night. Motherfuckers go through the most rigorous, because when they exploit these animals, they do the animals worse than they do us. That's why we be like, you're treating us like animals. Well, shit, damn, why they treat the animals like that? They ain't gotta treat, you're not connected to nature. Back to the divide. So when they treat the animals under these conditions, these bad emotions, and separating them and putting them in tough conditions, even fattening them up or uh giving them steroids so that they can produce at a higher, all these things are conditions in which now you digest on your plate, you ingest and digest on your plate. So these emotions, these conditions are now put into you and your body. You might have a temper at work because you ate a mad cow last night. Like you see somebody drinking water, eating fruits and eating vegetables, you're gonna see a different vibrancy to them, a different nature of being, because they are what they eat too. And because the spinach is life affirming and the water is life affirming, they walk around, hey, what's up, man? How you doing? And they go, oh, that nigga in a good mood. I wonder what's wrong with him. What's up with this nigga? What he got going on? Says the nigga who ate the McDonald's last night. Damn, this nigga happy? Why he so goddamn happy? Yeah, bro, I'm connected. I'm connected to the shit that I'm supposed to be connected to. I'm not latched on to fucking Mike and Ike's. Sidebar, Mike and Ike's was my favorite candy in the world. That was my favorite. That was my, like, and I still haven't completely beat my sugar addiction. You feel me? I've transitioned to healthier alternatives, so natural sugars, but I still have to, I still got to knock down my consistency of intake when it comes to sugar. But no, yeah, don't get it twisted. The part of Dame who didn't give a fuck about eating good, the part of Dame who wanted to die, that part exists inside of me. That nigga might rear its ugly head, come out, try to play. But there's a version of me that's stronger than that nigga. There's a version of me that knows, I'm more conscious, I'm more discerning, I'm better than that nigga. And you're better than the version of you that's choosing that bullshit right now. There's a version of you right now. Right now, think about this. There's a version of you right now that got a six pack, that got mental clarity, that's not stressing, that has emotional intelligence, that likes to read, that's informative, that likes water, that don't like. There's a version of you. You just gotta find it, and if you find it, then live in that moment and feel. You can always go back. You can always go back, but I guarantee you won't go back. I'll bet my habits that y'all won't go back to y'all habits. Because living is more than just existing. To live and to be life affirming with yourself is to be well. I stopped. I'm on a 90-day challenge. So since Thanksgiving, it's January 20th right now. Since Thanksgiving, I stopped drinking liquor, and I've mitigated. I stopped drinking liquor, stopped eating meat, stopped eating dairy, no animal products, no eggs, none of that shit. And I have not gotten a headache since. Like, occasionally I would get like headaches, like periodically, like maybe once every 2 months, but once every month or twice a month, I would just get them every now and then. I'm like, damn, what the fuck is okay? But now I eliminate things from my diet, and now I can pinpoint what's going on. That's where detoxing helps, and just removing things from your body and then reintroducing them. So I guarantee the next time I take a shot, I'm going to feel the true effects. And it goes back to what I was saying with the building the tolerance. If you've built up a tolerance for milk, and then when you take that 10,000th glass of milk, you might not feel ailing. But go on fast from the milk for 90 days and then reintroduce that to your body. You'll get a clearer indication of what that milk is doing to you consistently. You feel me? So we had 120, man. You know, Kayla, again, much love to you. Edwin, much love to you. Much love to everybody who came in here. This is all, everything is always pointed in the same direction of consciousness, life affirming consciousness. Y'all niggas claim to believe in God. It's time to start practicing it. the better part of God, because I think God is all things. So God did create the devil. So us living on that low vibration and low frequency is us still being godly. It's just the worst part of God. But that good part of God adds that O. God ain't good. It's missing an O. But that good part of God is life affirming. Because again, let's break it down. God is the energy within all things. We can all concede that, right? The energy within all things is that phenomena in which we call God that none of us can see, but all of us can feel. That thing is eternal. That thing never dies. So when you die, your human, when Dame goes, the energy within me still permeates and exists. So God, by principle, is life. So if you want to follow God, you have to practice life. You have to practice life affirming gestures. I call this tapping in and tapping up. They think God is up there, man upstairs. I don't think it's no man, nothing. It's the energy within all things. But when you tap into that life affirming quality, when you start drinking water, you start eating healthier, you start working out, you start giving exercise to your brain, because people might ask, what are the benefits of reading? What are the benefits of running for your legs? You're working out your legs, now they're stronger. You're doing push-ups, you're working out your arms, now they're stronger. You reading, okay, you're working out your cognition, you're getting stronger. So these life affirming things will tap you in to where now you're vibrant. You're at a different mode of cognition. You were a human creature, but now you're a human being, because you are practicing godly qualities, innate qualities instilled into you. And now you're able to move more fruitfully. You're able to be happier. You're able to find contention and joy. You're able to connect with nature instead of be divided with nature. You actually might love thy neighbor. And you don't need to have a relationship to love thy neighbor. You just need to have your cup runneth over with that high vibration of love and that God quality, because God is life. And because God is life and everything around you is life, then oh shit. And you're of that life, you're part of that whole. You are part of that whole. So why would you treat that thing anything else than godly and loving? So yeah, man, it's time to start practicing it. I don't want to hear you believe it. I don't care. I don't care about what you say. I don't care about what you say. It's about what you do and what you practice. If you're not practicing godlike qualities, then I don't give a fuck if you go to church every day, you read the Bible every day, you do scripture, you got signs in your house and I praise the Lord, and okay, well, let's look in your cabinets. That ain't praising that life affirming quality inside of you. Them cup noodles ain't praising the Lord. That Minute Maid ain't praising the Lord. That's praising hypertension, which is death. So you gotta be mindful. You gotta look at what you praise and look at what you practice it. With that being said, Kayla, I hope I quantified your question. Uh, so if I could bring it back, I would say it's indoctrination plus our acceptance. So we've been trained to live ass backwards and to like synthetic fake shit. It goes on all spectrums though. So like gossip opposed to truth. So you look at the human condition, the heavily melanated condition, and the humans, because a lot of Western world they dumb down too. It ain't just black folks. Western world is dumbed down. So it ain't just us. It's just the process for us is more strenuous due to ethnocide, stripping our culture, stripping our identity, so we can't tap into our fullest potential to combat this system. So there's more rigor done in regards to us, but everybody's dumbed down. Everybody getting fucked up. Everybody's taking synthesized shit. But when you look at us, look from all fronts. We choose gossip over truth and over education. Gossip and entertainment over truth and education. We choose juice and soda over water. Juice and soda over water. We choose the pharmaceutical medicine in the cabinets over natural foods that Scientifically, again, not the Western science that's biased and tied to these corporations, but the science you can deduce for yourself. Go drink alkaline water for 2 weeks straight and see the effects. That's you doing anecdotal science. Go eat a veggie fruit based diet for 2 weeks and see how your vibrant energy changes. See if you're now lethargic. See if your mental clarity gets heightened. Go do the science. So, like, you feel me? Synthetic drugs over that in every realm. We rather hear a lie than we would the truth. Uncomfortable truths, comfortable lies. We so used to the comfort of this box that they created for us that we, hey, shit, fuck it. I need my mac and cheese and my greens and my potato salad and my turkey, and you need it. So you need to die. That's what you're telling me. You need to support. Oh, you believe in that shit. Now it makes sense. You believe in this culture. You've accepted the lie and now you practice it as a religion. So your religion ain't God. Your religion is the devil. Part God still. Again, I will always make my claim that God is all things. Without without God, there would be no devil. So, but you're practicing the lowest form of God possible. So don't tell me you believe in good. You can say you believe in God because that's the lowest form, but don't tell me you believe in good. You gotta practice good to believe in good, motherfucker. There's no way around it. You don't drink water, you drink more soda than you do water. You ain't living good. You ain't living righteous. That don't mean you ain't got it in you. You still got that energy and that spirit that wants to be that. So you might still be a good. Again, God is still good overall, even though it creates that devil. For the most part, God is eternally life affirming and wants to thrive and live. So God is still. So you still got good in you, but you slipping, my nigga. You slipping by not adhering to those principles that the God inside of you gifted you. That nigga inside of you want to work out. That nigga inside of you wants some water. That nigga inside of you would rather the fruit and vegetables for breakfast than the eggs and potatoes and the bacon. I'm just telling you, that nigga don't want to be tired. That nigga wants to move around. It's energy. It's energy. You think it want to be sleep all day? Oh, okay. You treating me like this? Your energy like this? Okay, you treating me like this? All right. I'm about to leave. Your energy is like a battered woman getting domestically abused. This motherfucker keep whooping my ass, beating me up, not treating me right. I'm about to leave this house. And the signs are lethargy, you're tired, you're fatigued. Oh, okay. Yeah, eventually your energy is about to dip. AKA, your ass is about to die. Practicing all them death affirming. Your energy don't never die. So it's just about to dip from your body. Go find somebody else that appreciates it. Let me go, just like your wife. Let me go find somebody that appreciates me for who I am. Appreciate your life. Appreciate the God quality. Appreciate that energy. And feed that energy, man. It's time we get off this wave of poison and accepting poison on all ways. I'm not even speaking like niggas no more. Because I don't want that programming into my head. Stop telling me healthy food is expensive. That's devil talk. That's demonic talk. You telling me healthy food is expensive? That's demonic talk. It's not expensive. Healthy food is rich. And anybody selling it should charge you based on its intrinsic values. You feel me? And 1:30. I didn't even expect myself to go this long, but now I'm fired up. Now I'm fired up. It's your boy Dane, man. Much love. Highest of vibes. The healthy food, it ain't expensive. Well, expensive cost a lot. If we're reducing it to, okay, it costs a lot of money. And that's from your kind of expensive is subjective. What you think is expensive is different from the next. Okay, I understand that. You think it costs a lot of money, but have you factored in the intrinsic value, the worth of it as to why it costs a lot of money, because you see nobody adheres to this shit, yet it still costs the same. So why do it cost more than the GMO bread over there? Y'all niggas think, look in the bread section. Don't buy no bread from the bread section. Go to the frozen section, because that bread is life affirming. You have to preserve that bread because it's not synthesized with chemicals that can last for fucking 5 weeks. That fake bread you got can sit over there for 2 months and not go moldy because it's not real bread. Go in the frozen section and get the shit, that Ezekiel bread. Get the shit on the back that'll tell you, oh, this is made out of barley, wheat, things that you can identify. And then, okay, damn, this is real. You look at that bread at the bread section, it's gonna say enriched wheat, high fructose corn, a concoction. It's not a food, it's a concoction. Feel me? Read the labels, do your due diligence, and let's praise the good in God. Let's stop praising the bad in God. Much love to everybody, man. Edwin, man, I appreciate you too. Much love. If you could, you know what I'm saying? You already showing love and support by even being here. But if you could reciprocate even at a heightened level, I would love it. As y'all know, I'm independent thinker, entrepreneur. So I make my means through my collective support from the people who appreciate my content. So any way you can reflect that reciprocity back, whether it's a like or a share, or even buying a super badge or becoming a member to support me for only $5 a month, that would be much obliged, because when I get that reciprocity, it allows me to do this way more. It allows me to disseminate information. When I don't get all that shit, I gotta go back to the work. I gotta do other things to make a means. You know what I'm saying? So of course I'm not delegating no responsibilities, but all the help and all the reciprocity from those who benefit from this channel, I would appreciate it and I would love it. With that being said, Freestyle Friday is done. We'll be back again next week. Sunday breakfast on the IG. If you don't have my IG, it's Dame Hamilton, DameHamilton. You can find me. It's a blue book, The Beauty of Being Wrong, on my cover. Speaking of that, go get The Beauty of Being Wrong. Shameless plug before I leave. Go get The Beauty of Being Wrong, man. Out in stores now. If you like what I kick, as a consequence, you're gonna love this, because this is my doctrine. This is my doctrine to this world as to how we as humans should be. The beauty of being wrong is just a take on us expanding and broadening our perspective past our own biases. The human condition comes with biases. Our experiences come with biases, and they help shape the way we view shit. So a lot of the times we could view how we see things as reality, when in reality, that's just a reality and not the reality. The motherfucker next to you got totally different experiences, totally different wiring. So the beauty of being wrong is just simply about allowing yourself to know that your perspective is marginalized and limited. So when you take the look, okay, maybe my perspective ain't true and right, that puts you automatically back into the seat of the student, the seat of the observer. Well, let me listen to what they got to say, since I now think that I'm not right. When you think you're right all day, you become this stubborn, hard-headed mule who don't want to hear no information, and you actually get triggered by cognitive dissonance to reject information rather than accept the shit. So if you adhere to any of the type of shit that I'm kicking, go get The Beauty of Being Wrong. Go read that. Give me your reviews. Let me know what's up. But for now, we 134 in the game, man. Got to get to my morning routine. It's your boy Dame. Much love to everybody. Kayla, thank you again for this video, because it was your comment that sparked this conversation. You feel me? So I appreciate you. Much love for that, and much love to you just as a being. I see you vibrating on your journey, and well, from afar. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we could get better interactions. Maybe we need to have a dinner or something and discuss personally. You know what I'm saying, about life. But Appreciate you for your bits and your part. Much love to everybody. Man, I'll leave it at this. I'll leave it at this. The truth is out there, and the truth is in you. The truth is out there, and the truth is in you. Don't let your mind be distorted from that truth inside of you. If you ride with that truth inside of you, then you will be thirsty for that truth outside of you. And that alignment is an affinity you can't even imagine, because you're now not blinded by your own ego and your own cognition. You are now following a path that's intuitive. And then from that standpoint, even though I made the beauty of being wrong, from that standpoint, when you ride with that intuitive nature, you will become righteous, and you will be a truth seeker, a seeker of knowledge, a seeker of light. And then that will catapult your life to a level in which I can't even explain right now. But it'll catapult your life so much so that you'll never go back to that former self who, when once seen the truth, ran away from it. You'll never run away from the truth once you tap into your own light, because you are the truth. So it's enough with them lies. It's time to find and seek truth as a collective, so we can rise as a people and rise as individuals, because we all want to be better ourselves. So with that being said, it's your boy Dame. Much love. Go get the beauty of being wrong. Like, subscribe, share, go buy badges, become a member, do whatever you can do to reciprocate. If you don't, still love anyway. You feel me? No skin off my back. But if you do, I appreciate you for the reciprocity and allowing me to continue doing what I do. That being said, it's your boy Dame. Much love. Peace.